Recently for me, I've been spending a lot of time away from my home, where I normally am productive and I work on things, and I'm getting things done. I edit videos, I'll script, I'll even work out. And I spent the last 2 weeks out at my cabin. All those good habits and things that I was doing, building momentum for my life, I just let them slide away a little bit. I'm enjoying this vacation time away. And out there, it's very nice, it's very comfortable, it's relaxing. So when I got home the other day, it's almost like I forgot how I did my routine. I spent the first few days at home engaging in bad habits. My old habits of wasting time, clicking on a few video games for an hour, thinking, what else am I supposed to be doing right now? Why was I all of a sudden going back into my old things, doing my old habits? Well, you see, after leaving my habits for that vacation for 2 weeks, I snapped back like a rubber band. This was the progress I had made, and this is my baseline for my old habits and where I was trying to run away from. When I got back home, I was back here. I dropped my routine, and it was simple. I hadn't been doing and keeping up with the good habits. My actions weren't aligning. While I was at the cabin, I let myself go, thinking I'll just indulge in these bad habits until I figure it out. Tomorrow, me can figure it out. He can take care of it. He knows what to do. And while that worked for me this time, it hasn't always worked for me. The unfulfilling feeling of engaging in bad habits that waste my time, that eat at me, that make me feel useless, pointless. Like, what's the point of being alive if I can't hold down activities that I want to do? If I'm not working out, if I can't do the things I want to do, what's the point in sticking around? So for me, a very important thing that I keep track of now is replacing the bad habits. Making sure that regardless of everything, they're not around. They can't persist. Like, the urges are still there, no doubt. But when they come up, it's almost like, no, I can't. That's just unfulfilling. They don't add anything to my life. I've been down that road. What I want is on the other side of this urge when I overcome it. So what does this look like? This looks like a day of being unfulfilled, of waking up and not having a plan or a structure in place or an objective or a goal. You wake up and you're just wandering about. You're wondering what you're going to do today, or it almost feels like there isn't even going to be a day today. Like you've already forfeited the day. You don't have anything to do. You're just going to do a thing from A to B, C. You'll maybe eat later in the day. You'll probably just watch a few YouTube videos, maybe a movie, play some video games, wander about and just let the randomness take control. It almost feels like it's almost harder to do the good habits, to add in the good habits, to do a workout. It almost feels like, yeah, what's the point? I won't be able to do the good habits that well. If I go and do a workout, it may be a 1 out of 10 workout. What's the point? I can just do that tomorrow. And then that unfulfilling feeling where you sit there and nothing's gotten done by the end of the day, and you're in the same position that you were last night, the night before. And you're sitting there and you're just unhappy, unfulfilled, feeling like, man, I'm a waste. I've wasted the whole day. I've done nothing. Nothing's got accomplished. And here I am. Am I even a person? I'm letting myself down by not chasing my dreams. And all this comes from the bad habits persisting, with almost letting go of your control, where you let go of the idea of embracing more for yourself, where you think, you know what, I don't need to work out. You know what, I'm not going to work out. No, I can wait. It can wait. But it really could be anything. No, I'm not going to record this YouTube video today. I don't really feel like it. You know what, I'm going to order takeout instead of making my own healthy food because it'll just be easier. You know what, I've told myself that I'm not going to jerk off today and watch porn, but, you know, this urge is so incredible. I'm just going to do it today. I just really feel like it'll help me relieve stress. If it's already been a pointless day, what's it matter? I'll restart tomorrow. This is us engaging in the bad habits. The bad habits that steal and drain our soul from us. The bad habits that keep us locked in place where nothing is ever changing, wondering, is this just how life is? Are we ever going to get somewhere? Are we ever going to grow? Do I even have ambitions anymore? My dreams are pointless. I've wasted so much time. But you know, the simplicity and the beauty of this is when you change your bad habits for the good habits. even though it won't be easy at first. When you just say, you know what, I'm getting into the gym today. I'm just gonna do it. Even though if it's a 1 out of 10, fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm getting through it. Then I can say I did it. And afterwards, you know what? I bet I'll feel a little bit proud of myself because I stepped in foot in the gym. Because I did it. I did the good habit, even though I didn't want to. Finally. You know what? Maybe there's a little progress today. I won't touch myself later. I'll resist the urge. Because you know what? I want the good habits. And these, you know what I'm noticing? These good habits, they're making me feel more fulfilled. Like I'm making progress in my day. Like today is actually meaningful. More meaningful than everything else I've been doing. Even though these mindless activities, playing video games, they seem like they're fun. I'm having more fun today because I'm engaging in the healthy, good habits that actually feel like they're providing me something. Providing me more comfort, more security than doing all these bad habits. When I tell you that's the power of the good habits over the bad habits. The fulfillment. The ease of your soul and consciousness of not doing them. Instead of avoiding them, you're embracing them. And then when you skip out on them, it feels so bad. Miserable almost. Like you're letting yourself down. Like, I really should work out today, but I can't. I just won't. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to waste my day, play some video games, eat some junk food. It was a very hard time for me to stop doing my bad habits. When I was addicted to substances, I couldn't even work out. I couldn't bring myself to do it. It almost felt impossible. The only reason it felt impossible was me telling myself over and over again that I'll just do it another day. I'll do it tomorrow. I can't work out today. I'm going to be doing other things like getting high, getting drunk. I just can't. I don't have the energy. I wasted those days. I'll never get them back. And you know how it made me feel every time? It made me feel undesirable. It made me feel worthless. When I wouldn't do the good habits, when I would avoid them, when I would eat unhealthy, I just felt depressed, miserable, unfulfilled, like I was always reaching for something, looking for something that'll satisfy my soul, that'll bring myself to this ecstasy level of feeling good. If only ever briefly. It was always temporary, these feelings. And that's what the bad habits provide us with. A good time for a short time, but not a long time. After living both ways of life, doing the bad habits, engaging in porn, engaging in drugs, drinking and smoking weed every single day for years. And when I tell you I'm sober now, when I don't do those things, when I don't watch porn anymore, when I don't drink, when I don't do weed, because I don't do these things, I'm fulfilled. I'm having a good time for a longer time than any of those highs ever combined. Because I'm staying true to what I want. And being that ambitious person I always sought to desire while I was doing those bad habits. Those bad habits have nothing on the way I feel now. Yes, every day I don't want to work out. It doesn't stop me from getting in the gym now. I've built up the tolerance of, you know what, I'm just going to do it anyways. It doesn't have to be a good workout. If I get in there and start, that's good enough for me. It's a good habit. It's better than keeping my hands idle and allowing my brain to wander and feel lost and unfulfilled. Because when I wander into the bad habits. Keeping my hands not occupied, it makes me feel distant from what I want. As long as I'm working and keeping myself busy on something, I find that I'm always being fulfilled. I feel secure, I feel confident, I feel comfortable. But when I wander about, the old habits, the bad habits, they like to come and penetrate my mind, telling me, come here. Let's just play an hour of video games. Let's just think about jerking off. Let's think about these urges. Let's just think about all these things that can make me feel good in the moment. But I always realize that no, they won't make me feel good in the moment. They might satisfy an urge for a minute, but they won't make me feel good for the rest of the week. I'll think about how I did that and how I don't want to do it again. And with the good habits in place, with a structured goal for the day, I don't really have to worry about these bad habits anymore. Because I know that there are other things I can put my time and effort into. It's as simple as starting, doing the action, even if you don't feel like it. And of course you won't feel like doing it. It's not easy to do these good things for yourself. It's definitely worth it to feel fulfilled rather than unfulfilled. To feel insecure because you're not working on the things you want to, and instead doing all these bad habits, bad things you don't like doing, but you don't even know why you do that. You're just stuck in this place. You're feeling quite lost. I hated feeling lost. It almost felt like a safe place I could keep relying on my bad habits. Like I could sit in there forever. I could die with my bad habits, I thought. It won't be that bad, but it'll only feel miserable, unfulfilling, unambitious, no dreams. I could wake up like a zombie every day. I could do it, but is this really what I want for myself? I'd ask myself all the time. And you know what I would say? I would say I don't want to be like this. No way, I don't want to be like this for the rest of my life. And that's when I knew I couldn't let these bad habits persist. So little by little, I would work towards introducing the good habits in my life. Doing small workouts, writing small bits of gratitude. I would wake up and I would even struggle to write 5 things I'm grateful for in a day. Couldn't even always hit 5. I would write down 4 things I'm grateful for today. Maybe even just 1. But it was that feeling like I was making progress, putting action in towards what I wanted to change in my life, that made me feel like I was accomplishing something better for myself and more. Because I knew it would take work to get past these bad habits. I knew it would take a lot of work, and it did. It took a lot of work. But when I tell you it was worth it, and I feel more fulfilled now than ever because I'm doing these things, it's true. I wouldn't go back for anything. It was miserable living in a place of despair, with bad habits, with things that kept me down, that kept me locked away, that didn't want me to see the rest of the world and see myself at my highest potential. And it was hard carrying it all alone, because I would do these things, no one else would know about it, but I would keep it by myself. That never helped me. And I still struggle with the bad habits today. Sometimes when I wonder about it and I don't have a clear, structured goal in mind for the day, or if, like I said, I spent 2 weeks at my cabin, I stopped working out, and I started eating a bit unhealthy. I got back home and I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I doing here? Like, what do I have to do? I forgot. I felt lost, and I just wasted a few days not doing anything. And it's like, oh yeah, no, I want to record videos. Oh yeah, I want to work out. Oh yeah, I don't want to play these video games that waste my time. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? It almost felt like I'd forgotten. It's because I let the bad habits snap me back to square one. That's how easily it is that you can get lost. But once you build up that tolerance that you know that you want the good habits in your life, that the good habits are where it's at, it's not that hard to get back on track. I've spent the last few days doing good things, making progress, taking action, making sure that those bad habits aren't so pronounced in my day-to-day life. And it's worked because I put in the work. I'm recording a video right now for that. So I'm not keeping my hands idle, because idle hands are the devil's workshop. And I'm thankful for God, so he can provide me with this abundance of busyness, of work that I can do. Things that can keep me busy to push on to the next day so I can build up this momentum of hard work and dedication. Replacing bad habits isn't always going to be easy, but I'll tell you what's harder than that is staying with the bad habits, letting them persist, not setting goals for yourself, not allowing yourself the even idea to change. What if you did change one thing, one bad habit, what would it be? Abstaining from porn, working out more instead of eating unhealthy, eating good food instead of eating bad food, instead of wandering about waiting to work out, thinking about it. What if you just got in the gym and did 1 repetition, 1 push-up for today? Wouldn't that make you feel better? A little bit more fulfilled with yourself? I think that would fulfill me more than not doing it. Even though they seem daunting at first, I tell you from experience, there is so much more worthwhile than sitting around thinking about doing them than not doing them at all. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. These are just my thoughts on the good habits versus the bad habits and why I think it's very important for you to engage in the good habits. My main takeaway is the fulfillment. No bad habit has ever made me feel as fulfilled as any of the good habits. And yes, they take time and they're daunting at first, but they're so worthwhile when you have them introduced into your life. It feels like you're making progress. You're doing something meaningful for yourself. And that is so worth it. I would never go back to that bad habit lifestyle where I'm addicted to substances, where I'm miserable every day, where everything's gray and gloomy and dreadful. I'd rather take the daunting task of the workout that I don't want to do, and then afterwards feel fulfilled that I did the hard thing, even though I didn't feel like it. So if you're struggling with the bad habits, please let me know down in the comments. What's your biggest blockade right now? What's your biggest constraint in life? What's got you down? Is it pornography? Is it the inability to get in the gym? Is it your social life? Are you struggling with talking with people? I would love to know where you are currently struggling. I would love to make videos on these topics more often than not. So it would really benefit me, and I think I can benefit you from giving you a helping hand if you were to leave a comment telling me your story. If you would like to talk to me, you can join my free Discord down below. I'm looking to connect with people one-on-one, just so I can hear your story, get to know you better, and get to understand what this community is all about. Where are you struggling? Where can I help? What kind of videos can I make more of? I would love to listen to your story. This has been Anthony, and this is why I do the good habits instead of the bad ones. And I approve of this message.